Okay, this all gets us to number 6, where they decided to change their mind. They want a rectangle that's 6 inches longer than it is wide. If you were to write that out and multiply it and get it into quadratic function form, you get this right here. I don't have any factors of 48 that add up to 6. So I go to my next easiest method, which is completing the square. So let's do that real quick. Let's see, it's x plus 3, quantity squared, so I'm adding 9. What do I do to 9 to get down to negative 48? I subtract 57. Oog. That's not a very nice number or radical. So easy mode, h plus or minus the square root of k. This is negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 57. Let's go ahead and write down those answers to confirm we get the same exact thing. Square root of 57 is about 7.55. Let's just go with 7.5. Okay, so negative 3 plus or minus 7.5. So a negative 3 plus 7.5 is 4.5, and minus 7.5 is negative 10.5. But that answer doesn't make sense. So we're just going to say our answer is going to be about 4.5. We're going to confirm this is the first time you've seen demonstrated in class the actual use of the quadratic formula. If you remember, we've been working on identifying A, B, and C. Here, A equals 1. B equals 6, and C equals negative 48. You've got to memorize this quadratic formula. I suggest you write it out every time you have to use it. And then sub in the values in parentheses. So x equals the opposite of b, so write down a negative and write down your b. And then plus or minus, you're doing the square root of b squared. So I have 6 squared and then a minus sign, and then put down a 4. And put down a is 1, and put down c is negative 48. And all of this over 2 times a, which is 1. Okay? That's a parenthesis right there. So let's simplify as much as we can. This part I can simplify and just say it's negative 6. I've got 6 squared is 36. And I did this earlier on a calculator. If you take negative 4 times 1 times negative 48, that's going to be positive. Hey, didn't we do 4 times 48 earlier? Yeah, we did. 4 times 48 is 192. 36 plus 192 is underneath the radical. And then we've got all this over 2. 36 plus 192 is negative 6 plus or minus 228. And you can do most of this on your calculator. Divided by 2. Do I have room on the screen? Yeah, I do. So we're not done yet. We've got to break down 228 into something that has a perfect square. So let's see here. Let me do it down over here. Let's break down 228. So it's 2 times 114. Ugh. Oh, that's 2 times 57. Oh, there's a 57 right there. So we've got 2 squared times 57. So that's 2 squared that will jump out. So this is going to be negative 6. So I'm going to rewrite 228 as the square root of 2 squared times 57. So the 2 squared is going to jump out. It's be a 2, and I have rad 57, all divided by 2. Now you know you have 2 different terms here. So I have negative 6 divided by 2, and then I have 2 over 2 rad 57. So the negative 6 divided by 2 is just negative 3. And then you have 2 over 2, this is plus or minus, rad 57. Oh man, same thing. That's awesome.